Hey, everybody. I am MK,
And I am Coach Sammy Love.
and we want to welcome you guys to Level Up
Yes.
Podcast. Do us a favor.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
Do us a favor, you guys. Go ahead and share. We see some people
Yes.
already joining us. Hey,
Let me
Michaela,
share.
I see you.
Oh, you see
Thank you
people.
guys. Because I have it on my phone. I'm looking at my
Oh,
phone.
okay. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please share, and tag some people in. We're gonna have a really good topic on tonight, so I'm gonna do that as well, y'all. I'm gonna share.
Me too.
But come on, let's go ahead and tag some people in. I pray
Yeah.
everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. Hey, my sis Tail is on. There she is. She
Hey,
on today.
Sam. She here today, huh?
She here today. She don't want that smoke. She don't want that smoke. Oh my goodness. And not only that, but Coach Sammy, this is a new month. June.
Oh,
We starting up a new month.
yes. Yes.
We starting up a new month, y'all. So go ahead and
Yes.
share. Come on,
Let
y'all.
me
Share,
let me share some
share.
folks.
Tag some people in. Even if you are watching, because we know sometimes people are watching, but they may not be able to comment. Just at least let us know
Yes.
that you guys are watching so we can acknowledge you. And
Yes.
just be able to acknowledge you that you are on. So we thank you guys so much. We're
Well, I
gonna be getting
can't
started
find
in
it.
just a few. What happened, Coach?
I'm looking for it, but I can't find it.
You gotta probably refresh it. Y'all know we gotta help her out, y'all. Help her out. Y'all help her
I
out.
don't see nothing.
Just give y'all
Okay.
some time to share while Coach is over there
Yes.
trying to get it together, y'all. So this gives
Okay.
y'all some time to tag people in, even if you are having your Sunday dinner or preparing your Sunday dinner. Just go
Okay.
ahead and listen in, and just continue, you guys, to put your stuff in the comments. We both like the interaction. We both like for you guys to just be,
Oh, here we
talking
go.
to us, talking back, although y'all might not be in the studio with us. But we just love for you guys to be able to, just kind of engage and stuff. So go ahead and continue to share. Coach, you got it?
Yes, I can
You
see me
got it?
now.
Oh,
Yes,
Lord, y'all. See,
now I can see
we
people.
need
Hey, Lynn, I see Lynn.
y'all pray for us. Pray for us.
Hey,
Hey,
Ebony, I see Ebony.
Edie.
I feel like them people on Romper Room. Hey, they used to look through the little thing. I see Jesse.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Lynn.
Yes, yes. So, like
Yeah.
she said, go ahead and share it. Tag some folks in here. If you're not a following on our page, go ahead and follow us. Because we having some great things going on. We try to keep it real.
Wait, why you gotta do that? Keep it real. I need you to understand. We're keeping it real. Like, was it a secret?
I wanted to sound like a radio personality.
Right, like not the radio personality. Well, that's all me, baby. That's all me. I'm the radio personality.
What she
Okay.
said, I don't know nothing about that elder love. What's she talking about?
She said they don't know nothing about that elder love.
Oh, okay.
Y'all help her. Stretch your
Yes.
hands towards her and just begin to pray.
See,
Cause
you messed with me on today. Leave me
she already
alone.
acting up. But thank y'all. We see you guys tagging people. We see you guys
Yes.
coming in. We see you guys sharing. We definitely
Oh yeah,
appreciate
my
it.
romper room.
Yeah.
Yeah, they too young for that, Miss Lynn. They too young for that. They don't know nothing about that. That's before their time. You wasn't born yet.
Mm-mm. Whatever.
I gotta ask your mama. She probably know.
Yeah, she probably do. She probably do. And I probably might know if I see it. I might not know the name, but I probably might know it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
All
This
right. All right,
is
coach. Well, I'm gonna
yeah,
turn it over to
yeah.
you. Let's go
But
ahead
look,
and
what I was gonna tell you, sometimes we got to give announcements, and I was gonna ask you about me giving my announcement for my workshop that's coming up this month.
baby, go ahead, do you, boo. Come
Okay,
on,
okay.
baby.
So y'all, I just want to let you know. Okay, I'm doing a workshop. This is June the 24th. You register at Eventbrite. It's called I Got Flaws. And basically the workshop is learning about how to love yourself. And I'm gonna give you some nuggets, some tips. And you may say, well, I love myself already. But you know what? Sometimes we're so busy of focusing on our flaws that we never build on our strengths. We never build on what we're great at because we're always looking at our flaws. So that's why I named it I Got Flaws, because we all got flaws. If you look at us long enough, we all got flaws. One of our arms may be longer than the other. One of our legs may be longer than the other. One of our eyes might be a little crooked. Let me tell you, we all got flaws.
Not the
None of
cricket.
it is perfect. But it's about It's about focusing on your strengths. It's about focusing on what you're good at while you are, I would say, maintaining your flaws, or even while you're, this one I'm gonna say, while your flaws is under construction. So it's
Ooh.
working on your strengths while your flaws is under construction. So that's my workshop. You can purchase your tickets at Eventbrite. It's going to be a Zoom, so it's going to be online. It's a virtual event. You ain't even got to leave your home, wherever you may be. You register. It's open now, but like I said, it's going to be on June the 24th. That's a Saturday. It's from 10 to 12, so it's in the morning from 10 to 12. I'm not trying to take your whole day. And once again, it's called I Got Flaws, Learning to Love Myself workshop. You don't want to miss it, because every time I do a workshop, I come with the golden nuggets. So that is by Coach Sammy Love. So hey, go to Eventbrite, sign up. The seats are limited, and I want to see you there.
Okay. All right. We see Elder Joanne joined us. Hey, Elder.
What? She on here?
Yeah, she on here. She joined us. See, she just said something.
Hey, Miss Joanne.
All right, Coach, I'm turning it on over to you again. Go ahead and let's get started. Let the people know what we are talking about on tonight.
Okay.
You didn't say the whole lot? Oh, yeah, Lord, you got to get your H2O. Get your H2O.
Yes, I did. I just wet my throat. Okay.
Now we're ready.
Yes. So tonight, if you read the title, we're talking about being single, saved, but I have boundaries. And you might say, well, what is that about? We're going to talk about dating with boundaries. I am a firm believer of dating with boundaries. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We got a few questions we wrote down. We're going to go back and forth with each other. Hopefully we'll agree. But I don't know about this one sitting on the other side of the screen from me. She be having some different views than me. But we are going to talk about dating with boundaries and how boundaries are important. So it's single, saved, but I have boundaries. And so I'm excited about the topic tonight, because you don't really hear people talk about this. But let me tell you guys, anytime we bring anything, it's to cause you to level up. It's to cause you, look, we got all kind of comments, but I ain't even looking at them. It's to cause you to level up. It's to cause you to go up higher. It's to cause you to like upgrade your life. That's what level up is all about. It's about taking your life to a whole nother level, because how can you expect something different and you continue to do the same thing? So why not try it God's way? Why not try it another way to get a different result? So that's what we're going to talk about on tonight.
Yes. Hey, Apostle. All right. Well, go ahead. Let us know.
I'm excited.
Break it down, Coach.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the first question I wrote down was, what is a boundary? Because you know me, sometimes we don't know. We're just throwing out stuff when we may not know what it is. So I actually went and looked up the definition. If you know me, I looked up the definition. Take some notes. This is a note-taking session right here. This is a coaching session for free.
Exclusive coaching session.
Yes. So what is a boundary? So a boundary is the limits and rules we set for ourselves within relationships, because we're talking about dating with boundaries. So you can have different boundaries in different areas of your life, but on tonight, we're talking about dating with boundaries. So that's setting up limits and rules we set for ourselves. It's for me within relationships. So that's what a boundary is. And like how I like to look at a boundary is when people put a fence up around their house. When people put a fence up around their house, they're doing that for a reason. They're doing it to keep you off their grass. They like to keep their yard looking nice. They want you to stay out of their yard. They're doing it to keep the dogs out. Yes, I said dogs. They're doing it to keep the dogs out. I guess we ain't talking about potato head tonight. We're talking about dogs. So they put up the fence, which would be a boundary line. So you go out and you say, okay, this part of the yard belongs to me. Even if you have a neighbor, you know how much of the yard is yours. And you put up a fence, which is like a boundary. You're making a boundary. You're telling the neighbor, hey, that's your side of the fence. Yard. This is my side of the yard. You know, whatever you do over there is what you do over there. But in my yard, we don't walk on the grass. We don't mess up my plants. You know, so you're putting it up to protect something. Oh my God, there we go right there. A boundary is something you put in place to protect something. Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Hey, Reese. That's good. To protect something. What we protecting? Ourselves.
Yeah.
Ourselves.
Yeah. That's
We
good.
talked about this like last week that even just dating is risky. So I
Yes.
really believe that y'all have to understand too, is because when we were talking about this, honestly, and this was not even gonna be one of the topics, but we ended up was just talking about something as we always
Yes.
do. And then we're like, oh, that's great, a great topic. Because
Yes.
as we're talking about is not only just the boundaries, but you're single and saved. So these are for
Yes.
this right here, what we're talking about tonight is for people who are actually single. Now I know some people be like, well, I'm in a relationship. You still single, honey.
Yes.
Okay. I don't see when you
Put
fill
a
out
ring on the
paperwork.
finger.
Right,
Put
right.
a ring
Look,
on
when
the
you
finger. You single, girl.
you're
Boo.
single. You single, okay? Because when you fill out applications for certain things and stuff, it don't say in a relationship, in an entanglement. It doesn't say I'm with my baby daddy, I'm with my baby
Oh,
mama.
girl,
It don't say
you
none of that. It don't say none of that. None of that.
baby daddy check off box.
Baby daddy check, baby mama check. It don't say none of that. Okay. It tells you if you're single, it tells you if you're
Yes.
married, it tells you if you're widow. Like it doesn't say any of that. So we are really going to be talking about the issue of even just when you're being single, you're saved, and setting those boundaries.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that way we don't get into things that we shouldn't get into. That
Yes.
way we can't blame nobody else but ourselves. So
Yes.
that's why it's so important to realize the boundaries that you have set, like you said, to protect yourself, to
Yes.
make sure that you don't do something that you know you shouldn't do, or not even that, but a cause for somebody to do something, or cause for somebody to like put you in a place or awkward situation where it's
Yes.
like
That's
you're like,
good.
man, I really don't want to do this, but they manipulated you to
Yes.
do it and manipulated you to move out of what you have already set.
That's
So a lot
good.
of
I
times
like that.
too, yeah, a lot of times, coach, is that when we're saved, we feel like we can't date, or we feel like we don't know how to date,
That's
especially people that
good.
are newly saved. When they're newly saved, they don't even know, like, can I go out, what can I do? I don't know what I
Yes.
can do. And
Yes.
people always feel like, Christianity is so boring. Why? What made you think that is so boring?
Yes.
Like, just because
Yes.
we ain't out here popping bottles and drinking
Yes.
and smoking and doing all this other stuff, you could still have a good time and not have to do none of those things.
That's
So if
good.
Christianity is not boring, you just got to be able to pick and choose what you can be able to handle. So
Yeah.
it's not like you out here just running wild and all this. We can get together as girls and just have a moment we go out for lunch and we
Yes.
laughing and we're joking, and that's a good
Yes.
time. That don't mean you're
Yes.
boring. You're just
Yeah.
having a good time. So
Yes.
I really love this topic. And I know it's going to be a really big blessing, because some people may be trying to figure it out. Like maybe you are even you're trying to walk this thing, and now you're thinking of maybe pursuing someone, because remember we talked about a culture of even just being broken. We talked about being healed. We
Yes.
talked about how do you know, look at Elder,
Yes.
how do you
What she
know
say?
that you she's like,
Talk
talk
to
to
me.
me. Where it's like, how do you even know that you're ready to date? And so
Yes.
we talked about all of that, you guys, but now we're really
Yes.
going to be dealing with the aspect of being single, saved, and setting those boundaries.
That's good.
So go ahead, coach. I'm gonna turn it over to you because I
That's
know
good.
you have a question.
All that you said was good. Like I'm ready to just pray and get off. Like that was just like in a nutshell. Like what else can we say? But I know because I left out the single saved part. But yeah, so it's just about being single and saved, that you can be single and saved and date.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you already have the mindset of that I'm not giving up my virginity because I've been born again. I'm a born again virgin, and I'm
Catch
not
it.
giving up my virginity. I'm not allowing people to come, a guy to come live in my house. I'm not finna shack up. I'm not finna play house. I'm not finna, give someone the benefits of what they will have as a wife, but they won't put a ring
Yes.
on my finger. So I give them all the benefits of what it feels like to have a wife, but they're not gonna marry me. They're not gonna, it's not gonna go any further than that. So it's like we need those boundaries when we're single, saved, and we're dating. We need those boundaries. So I wrote here, why do we need boundaries? And I just said it. We need them because it safeguards you. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, God says to be holy because he is holy. So it's like to keep my holiness. It's to keep me pure, to keep my heart pure, because I refuse to allow you to taint me. I refuse to allow you to water down or to destroy the anointing on my life. And what I mean is that because I have let something foreign into my heart, into my life, into my space, now it's like I become tainted water. I become where I lose the what is it called? Now I become diluted. because
Mm.
I didn't set up boundaries. I didn't take care of myself, because I think a lot of times we are afraid of what the other person may think. Well, he probably don't want to date me if I tell him that I am celibate, that I'm not
Mhm.
having sex until my wedding night, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. He may not want to date me, but let me tell you, if that's the case, then he's not the man for you anyway.
Say that.
Because I
Say that.
believe, oh my goodness, because if that's the case, then he's not the man for you anyway. Because I truly believe that the man God sends for you is going to be willing to wait on you. And he's going to want to keep himself too, whatever may be the boundaries, he's going to want to have boundaries for himself. Why? Because he's not going to want to cause you to stumble, that he cares that much about you that he don't want you to stumble. Ain't that something? That's love. Before you're showing me that you got care for me, not only as in a relationship, but I'm still, if you're saved and I'm saved, you're still my brother and sister in Christ when you really look at it. If we serve the same God. So why would you want to make your brother or your sister stumble? Why would you want to drag them into some things that they may not be able to recover from? So that's what boundaries does. Boundaries keep you safe. Boundaries keep you pure. Boundaries keep you from being diluted. Boundaries keep you from just going astray. That's why, like a dog, I'm not calling us dogs, but what I'm saying is, when you have a dog, you put up a fence, you keep them from leaving the yard. You don't want them to leave a certain spot. Why? Because I don't want them. Or just say a baby. Let's go a baby. You put up a safety gate. They put up a safety gate because I don't want the baby to go up the stairs. Why? Because the stairs is unsafe for the baby, because the baby don't know how to walk up the stairs, and I don't want her to go up the stairs and she falls back down and busts her head open. So you put things in place to keep the baby or whatever safe. And so that's how you have to look at boundaries in dating, that is to keep me safe. What you laughing at?
Apostle, he always gotta be the one. I feel like y'all attacking the brothers because y'all brothers don't know how to listen. Y'all gotta listen, okay? Y'all got to no, for real though. When you were saying that,
listen, Jerome, listen, Jerome. See, that's why they be calling on Tyrone, because they don't listen.
You better call on Tyrone. No, when you was talking, I was sitting here thinking, because you had said of setting even the boundary of, like, say you're celibate, right?
Yes.
And so you're afraid to tell this individual, because let's be honest, you guys, if you've already had that moment where you have been sexually active, now you're practicing celibacy, right? So this is something you set within yourself. You set this, whether you want to be celibate because of other reasons or whatever, but most times when you are following Christ, you have set this because this is a standard the Lord has set, right? For you not to go out and to be doing all this other crazy stuff with somebody else who's not your husband or your wife. So you have set this thing where you're like, I'm going to become celibate until I find my husband or until I find my wife. But most times when you share that with other people, if you decide to date them, most people do not know how to handle it. Why? Because they've been, quote unquote, walking with God, but they also been dabbling in some things they shouldn't have been doing. So when you decide to tell someone, hey, I am celibate, hey, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, most times you're gonna have two things. One, they either gonna leave, or two, they're gonna try to convince you and try to be like, okay, well, let's see if she really gonna say she's celibate, or he's really gonna do this. So most times people are afraid to even speak on those boundaries because they're afraid to being shut down.
That's good.
They're afraid of what the other person is going to think. They're afraid of how are they going to respond? Are they going to walk away? Are they going to reject me? What are they going to do when I tell them this? Because that's really big. If we really want to talk about it and be real, and we causing people to level up, these are things that you deal with when you're really walking with God, is that we cannot do these things. We can't drink. We can't be smoking. We can't be having sex. We can't be doing none of these things, right? Because like you said, it's going to cost for me to be tainted. It's going to cost for my oil to now be looking like water. It ain't no substance. It ain't nothing, because we done both been out here just doing any and everything. But most people are afraid of that. And I really believe that's why some people would never set boundaries. They would never set the boundaries to protect themselves, because why? I want to be a people pleaser. I want to please people. And so because I'm pleasing people, it's causing for me to literally diminish what God has placed inside of me.
Yes, that's good.
When you do those type of things. So that's setting the boundaries, it's not saying like you goody two shoes and you all this and you all that. Baby, you got to protect yourself at all costs.
That's good.
You have to protect yourself at all costs. So even as you said, if I think it was Miss Lynn too, maybe has said it, But if they cannot agree with your boundaries, sometimes you may not necessarily, and this is the thing, coach, we get into some stuff right here.
I
Ooh,
know.
we get into
They
some stuff
mad.
right here.
People
Like,
mad at us. Look.
like people mad at us. They mad at us because we probably on their street. Like, what you mean I can't be with him and shack up? We already gonna be getting married because you already, because once you have sex, now your judgment is off.
Girl, say that again. Girl, I gotta hold the pearls. Wait a minute, I got the pearls. I'm holding them. Oh Lord. Oh, woo, woo. Say that again. Ooh, I'm holding
Once
on to my
you
pearls.
have sex, your judgment is off.
Say it for
That's
the people
the
in the
same
back.
thing.
The people in the back need to hear it. They didn't hear it.
I'm gonna do like you, coach. Once you have sex, your judgment is off.
Woo, goodness. Oh my goodness. That's good. That's good.
Because you now fulfill the lust of the flesh.
I gotta
You
get my
now
own.
fulfill what you wanted to do.
I'm throwing some hearts. I'm online.
So now you're gonna be looking at other things. You're gonna be bypassing a lot of other things because now you are not even thinking clear. Ooh. That's the same thing with not just sex, but with alcohol, with drinking. You're no longer sober-minded. So now you're making decisions off of a state of mind where you're not even healthy mentally.
Ooh, girl.
That can cause for so much destruction. That can cause for so many things. That can cause for setbacks. Where you sitting here like, man, I didn't even see this. Now y'all going into marriage counseling and stuff like that. And you're like, I didn't even see this before. Because you've been blinded. You were blinded by Morris Chestnut.
Yeah, girl,
you was blinded by
Morris Chestnut.
You was blinded by Denzel Washington. Look, Elder, she gonna give me. You was blinded by Rick Fox.
She's still on here.
Yeah. You was blinded by these things. So at the end of the day, the boundaries have to get put in place to protect you, especially if you were one who struggled with that. If you struggle with a lot of things of that, when you set those boundaries, you're gonna have to stand on what you said. Because it's a difference, coach, when we set it and not follow it.
That's good.
There's a whole that's a whole nother ball game where we setting stuff, but we ain't following through with it.
Yes.
Because we're afraid of losing them. Baby, if you don't want to respect what I have set in place, if you don't respect when I say, hey, when we talked about this last week, if you can't respect the fact that 10 o'clock it ends, that's our curfew for each other. If you can't respect that, then you ain't the one.
Yes,
because the one that God gonna send, he's going to not only honor you, he's gonna honor the boundaries you have set because you're following what the God has said, what God has said about you concerning you.
That's good.
God knows our struggles. He knows our weaknesses.
Yeah,
so God is not going to bring somebody in your life to tempt you to fall. Y'all need to hear me.
Good. Say it again.
God is not going to bring somebody in your life to tempt you to fall. He's not going to do it. He loves you too much.
That's good.
For him to bring somebody, and it's not just with a guy, but even a woman.
Yes.
Because women can be very seductive. Women could be manipulating too.
Yeah.
Where you decide that you were like, oh, he said this. Well, he ain't know about me. He don't know.
Yeah.
Because if you truly love somebody and you're truly trying to get to know them, you're going to respect them. You're going to honor them. And whatever they're saying that's protecting them, you may not understand it. That's why you got to be like, look, Lord, I'm seeking this person and they have this boundary. I don't understand it because I feel like it ain't too deep with that. I feel like it ain't all of that. But God will begin to show you. God will begin to let you know that this person have set this in place because this thing that have happened to them before that caused for them to be a setback, that caused for them to go drinking. So they're trying to protect their deliverance. You can't get mad at me because I'm protecting my deliverance.
That's good. That's
good. You can't get mad at me. And if you are, then you ain't the one for me.
I told you already.
What I said, there's plenty of fishes in the sea. There's plenty of them.
He was a catfish. It was a catfish anyway. It was a catfish. They wasn't even a red snapper.
And you know, the red snapper's good now. The red snapper, throw some Louisiana hot sauce on that, baby.
But look, this is what I was going to say, MK. But you got to set the boundaries at the beginning. You can't you got to set the boundaries at the beginning. You can't wait to 6 months in and be like, oh, well, here goes my boundaries. No, from the beginning, you set the boundaries to allow the person, this is who I am. This is what I believe. This is what I stand on. This is what I live for. This is the type of life I live. Because what you're doing is giving them an option of even if people go this way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how you really figure out who they are too. Because if it's like, I'm going to pressure you or, nah, I ain't going to deal with you, then you get to kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
like
like
that.
telling the person, that's what very important is, telling the boundaries from the beginning.
I like that.
That these are my boundaries. What are your boundaries? Even having your boundaries before you even go into dating. See, that's
Yes.
another one. Going into dating, what are your boundaries? So therefore, when you out on that first date and y'all talking, remember you said drinking coffee so y'all could talk because y'all ain't at the dinner and you ain't at the movie. He said we're gonna be at coffee, having some
We're gonna be at coffee.
so we can talk. So last week she said we're gonna go get some coffee. So since I didn't upgrade and leveled up my life, that's gonna be a coffee date.
Won't he do
So
it?
so on our coffee date, this is what you could talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
Yes.
getting to know that person, but you're literally telling them and you're watching their facial expressions. You're watching their reaction. You're watching, you're discerning, you're looking at them. You're paying attention to the things they're saying,
Yeah.
to the things you're saying. You're active listening and you're putting it out there that this is who I am. I'm celibate. I'm not having sex until I get married. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't partake in none of those things. I believe, you know what I'm saying? But you're telling them who you are and there's nothing wrong with it, but you're letting them know up front.
Yeah.
This is who I am. These are the boundaries I had set for my life. And either they're going to rock with you or they're not. But it has to be done at the beginning. Don't be afraid, ladies. Don't be afraid, gentlemen, to tell your boundaries at the beginning. Because you can't, like she said, you can't be afraid of what the person, you're going to have somebody be like, oh, no, I ain't going to deal with you then. You too holy for me. You too this, you too saved for me. Okay, I'm just going to be too saved. What is
right. Next?
But you got people that will say, oh, you too saved. But that's okay. I'm too saved. Okay, good. Because because at the end of the day, I want to please my Father.
Yes.
I want to please my Father. I want my Father to be happy with me. I want my Father to continue to do a work in me. And like we said about being tainted, being diluted. And so that's what it's all about. But being at the beginning and stating your boundaries that this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
My boundaries is my values. My values and my core values. My boundaries is what I live by. My boundaries, I do not change them. Mm-hmm. I don't care how fine you are. I'm not going to go against my boundaries. I put them up for a reason.
Right.
It's more about me safeguarding myself, not you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that's what I feel like you have to do it at the beginning.
I like that though.
I like what Michaela said. That's good, Michaela.
See if they feel like you're worth the real effort. Oh my
goodness.
Good.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's real good right there.
Yes.
See if they feel like you're worth the real effort.
That's good.
Because I really believe too, Coach, is that the person God has for you, they're going to put the effort in. Yeah. They're going to make it work. They may not be perfect because they may not be perfect, but they are willing. They are willing to go through the things they need to go through. They're willing to make sure they're following it. And y'all, it's not like this where this whole set of rules where it's like all these rules and things like that. Like I said, it's to protect you. Yeah. Don't ever set boundaries and you begin to talk to somebody. And like you said, you're paying attention to their reactions. You're paying attention to how they're, how they're saying certain things with certain stuff that you have said. You kind of let them know already. And it's like now they're like, I don't know. So now what you start doing, you start readjusting your boundaries to make them comfortable.
See, that's not good.
I'm not making you comfortable. I'm not making you comfortable because like you said, at the end of the day, I'm doing this to please the Father. So if I sit there and make you comfortable in the long run, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to resent myself because I knew I should have stood on what it is. The Father told me I should have stood on the boundaries that was set, but yet I wanted to make you comfortable when you wasn't even ready for me in the first place.
Let me give you this scenario. That's like saying you drop all your boundaries and then 6 months to a year down the line, it don't even work. But guess what? You didn't give up all your stuff, your cookies. You gave up everything. You threw everything at this person. You went, you just got all filthy, got tainted, touchstone and everything else. And it didn't even work out. You feel me? You did all that for what?
Oh, I like that.
For what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you really look at it like that, because I'd rather have down the line that it didn't work out and I didn't lose nothing.
Come on. I didn't compromise.
There we go. It didn't work out, but I didn't compromise. That's a win for me.
That's a win. Come on,
I didn't compromise. So it didn't work out, but I didn't compromise. Look at that. Look at that.
Period. Because what's going to happen is, guess what? You're going to have some guilt. You're going to
Yeah.
have shame. Not only that, but you're going to start making other people pay for what it is you knew you shouldn't have been doing if you would have just stayed on the right track. If you would have stayed on what it is you said, hey, Pastor Jay, you would have literally been kept going and kept doing it. But it's like now we allow for certain people to come in and disrupt us. And that's why you have to really, Miss Lynn said it too, is like not turning off your discernment.
Yeah.
Like this thing is real, y'all. If you're deciding to continue to be single, if you're deciding to continue to be saved, if you're deciding to really walk after the things of the Lord, you're going to be challenged in certain areas, and it's going to be dating. So it's like, what are you going to do? Are you just not going to date, or are you just going to do everything under the sun and then just be like, oh, well, the Lord knows my heart? No. Because I really believe that the person God has for you, he's not going to cause for you to fall into sin. If anything, he's going to push you closer to God. He's going to push you more into his presence.
Yes.
What you say? She said, yeah, we be allowing stuff from the beginning, then get mad in the middle. Oh, hold up. Let's go. Pause for the cause. Yeah, we be allowing stuff from the beginning. And then we get mad in the middle at what they're doing, shaking my head, or how they're treating us. But it was okay at one point. Shaking my head. Now you hurt and being disrespected. Period.
That's good.
We get mad. We get mad at that. That's good. And if he's saved, he will take your boundaries as an honor. Come on, Pastor Jay. As an honor.
Yeah.
As an honor.
Yeah.
And that's so true. That's why you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to how they're responding to the boundaries. Because like you said, I put them up front. I'll let you know up front, like, okay, this is, if we decide to hang out in the house, guess what? Some more people there. There's a whole bunch of people that's gonna hold us accountable. Yeah. And if you feel like, oh, why we gotta have, okay, then that means you ain't the one. You should never have to question my boundaries if it's to protect me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not what we're doing. Yeah. And if we're doing it, then you ain't the one. We gotta stop settling just to make everybody else comfortable.
Yeah.
We have to stop settling in that place when it's like we know this is what we want, right? This is what we're requiring. So if you can't sit here and respect it, then you just gotta keep it pushing.
Bye-bye.
Like
so long, bye-bye. That's good.
Oh my goodness. But it's so true, y'all, because I guarantee there'd be so many.
Is this a man on here? She said chime in. She said chime in, man. Let's hear from you. Is there some men on here?
Yeah, I see men. I see a bunch of them in here.
It is? But I can't tell if they're men.
Yeah, because I see them on my phone and stuff. But I mean, and it's like I said, we're not just speaking. Well, we always obviously speak from one perspective, but it's the same thing. Be like, I'm good. I'm good. But it's true, because believe it or not, men that's really walking with God, oh, they have some boundaries too.
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna put you in your place real quick, like
quicker than a woman would, though. They will put you in your place quicker than a woman.
They will. Like, what's up with that skirt? What is we doing with that skirt? We try to go out for coffee, and you acting like you going over here to something else. What is we doing? We going to Magic City? Like, what we doing over here?
She said Magic City.
A real man of God. He will put, look, Apostle, you hear them singing.
I tell you, this our show. We can sing on here.
But we can sing, even if we can't hold the note. We're still going to sing.
But also, I wanted to talk about, because I wrote on here, what do dating with boundaries look like? I think a lot of times people may not know, what does that look like? I can set boundaries, but what does dating with boundaries look like? Like in a relationship, what does that look like? And so I would say that you stay away from things that you know that are your weakness.
Oh,
you know, I would say if you know that you had he said my volume is low. I'm reading the comments. But I would say if you had a problem with being promiscuous or like a very sexual active life before you came into Christ, I would say that those are the areas that you put boundaries. Yes, you put them in different areas too, but those are really significant. And what I would say is, as far as, no, you're not spending that in my house. There's no reason for you to be in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? People may be like, oh, that's just doing too much. No, you have to do whatever protects you. So what I speak from, that's how I roll. No,
Yeah.
you're not in my bedroom. You don't have to be in my room. You could sit right there on the couch. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You're not in my house till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. You're not spending the night at my house.
You
You
ain't
know what
sitting on
I'm
the
saying?
couch
You're not,
either. You gonna
he,
be outside on the porch.
he can sit on the couch. He can at least sit on the couch.
Sit on the porch.
Nuh-uh. We gotta sit on the porch. You
Sit on the
come
porch.
in. I'm gonna meet you at the corner.
Yep, sit on the porch. Remember how they had a little
Yes.
patio and all that stuff on the porch? Sit on the porch. Enjoy the fresh breeze. The breeze is coming through. That's what you're about to enjoy. You're not about to be up in this house. You're not about because coach,
No.
be honest. There be some that be thinking they slick. Start up
You gotta go to the bathroom and walk past your bedroom.
Give me a tour. You ain't getting no tour. You getting the tour to the door. That's your tour. The door.
But for those that single, saved, but I have boundaries, and you want to know what the boundaries look like, I would say no spending the night, at his place, no laying up in the bed. Well, we just laid in the bed. What are you doing in that bed?
Right.
Like, why would you put yourself in situations like that to compromise? It's almost like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you put yourself, and I would even say, even the clothes you wear, you know what I'm saying? He's coming over to visit. Why you have on your booty shorts? You know what I'm saying? Man, and she coming over, why you got on your what's them daddy shorts? What's them
hoochie daddy shorts?
The hoochie daddy shorts. She like legs, and you
showing off your knees. You know she got a fetish for knees.
But I'm just saying, but somebody else might be like, oh my God, that's just like really doing too much. But sometimes you need to do too much to protect yourself. Yeah. And so it's like you have to really safeguard yourself, that you know what I'm saying? You know what is the triggers, okay? You know what you used to do back out when you was in the world. You know the different things. Like you said one time, you said he can't even wear cologne. No, that's a trigger for you. He can't even wear cologne, soap and water.
With Irish Spring. Better come with some Dove.
But you know what I'm saying? So it's like setting those boundaries as far as, even me, I go like, I don't listen to love songs. Why? Because for one, I'm not married. I don't listen to the love songs. Why? Because what the love songs do, especially some of them old school love songs. I ain't talking about like Temptation. I'm talking about some old school, Jagged Edge and,
not the Jagged Edge.
Girl.
Oh, let's bring it back. Bring it back, Coach.
Dru Hill and all them, R. Kelly, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you're doing. And you don't listen to that stuff. Because why would you want to do that to yourself, to your body? So it's like putting up those boundaries that you're not entertaining that stuff.
Yeah.
So that you don't put yourself in an awkward situation, that you don't put yourself in a situation where now it's like, well, now I got to compromise. Why? Because I didn't stop it from the beginning, or I didn't set up a boundary for the beginning. And I know we could probably go on about different boundaries, but it's safeguarding yourself. So whatever that may look like, no, we're not, so if it comes to the point where you got to drive to the date and y'all drive in separate cars, if that's what it takes for you, then you do what it takes for you. For me, it may not take that. I make a ride in the car with him and I'm good, but everybody's is different. Everybody knows what their weaknesses is or their struggles was. So therefore you safeguard yourself. So if I can't know, like MK said, no, he ain't even coming in the house. Me, I'm like, yeah, he could come in the house. I'm good. As long as he don't go past the living room. He's sitting on the couch. You go from the couch to the bathroom, back to the
but say, look,
all the doors is closed.
Right, but not all the doors is closed.
Right, the doors is closed. You don't even know what's in there.
They gonna want a tour. Like, oh, I went to the bathroom, but I noticed that you had that poster in
your room.
Door
closed.
And then guess what? They go in the room. You come in the room. You start talking about the poster. The next thing you know, it's done. It's done.
So it's about just setting your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I can't hang with you out at 10 o'clock at night. You give yourself a curfew. Don't allow somebody else to do it for you. You give yourself a curfew. So therefore, like we said, your boundaries is to protect you. Your boundaries is to keep you from falling into sin. Your boundaries is to keep you from going into some stuff that you may not be able to get out of. And so that's, and whatever that may look like, sister, you may have different boundaries than me. Not everybody's boundaries is the same.
Yeah. But, and you got to do what works for you. You can't, I can't get mad. Like you said, you'll be okay with him being in the living room. I'm okay. I'm like, no. And it depends on too, how long y'all been talking. Because if you just somebody I just met, you for sure not coming to my house, sir. Yeah. I don't know if you're a serial killer. I don't know if you got 10 baby mamas that's about to show up to my house. Like, I don't know none of this stuff right now. Okay. Because we dating, we collecting data. We getting to know each other. So I'm not about to for sure have you come to my house. And like I said, you got 10 baby, you pull up and all 10 of your baby mamas coming up
no,
too.
she didn't.
Like, what? in the
Lord.
world did you get yourself
Jesus.
into? And then you bring
Jesus.
it to my place of peace. So that's what I
Yes.
look at, is my home is a place of peace. It's
Yeah.
my place of peace where it's my safe place. So
Yeah.
it's like, that's the same thing with even just my space. I don't allow for everybody to be in my space. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but I have to protect it, because I always tell people you cannot control what other people are doing in your presence, but
Yes.
you definitely can control what is being allowed in your presence. So what is happening, you can control that, because you can go ahead and walk away, or you
Yeah.
can go ahead and dismiss them very kindly.
Yes.
Okay, you can
Yes.
dismiss them very kindly, because
Yes.
it's like, no, we're not doing that. Like, what we doing? We
Yes.
ain't talking about none of that.
Yes.
Like, you got to
Yeah.
get bold enough to shut things down so that you don't compromise. You
Yeah.
got to be bold enough to shut things down and be okay with it. Like, sometimes we got to deal with, if we got those insecurities, or if we got certain things that's inside of us
Yes.
that will cause for us to settle or compromise.
Yes.
Those are things you got to deal with. That's why you said you got to know your triggers.
Yeah.
When you know your triggers, write them things out. If it comes up to 7 pages, you got some triggers, that's all right, baby. You got 7 pages of triggers, but go off of that.
Yes.
You're going to have to
Yes.
create a list, create
Yes.
this, create that. And like she said, when you go on them dates, you letting them know. Now, I got a question for you, Coach. Now, would you
wait? But this is what I wanted to say. And the kids is keep the kids with you. See, I did that. My son rode with me everywhere I went. Let me tell you, my son was right there in the middle. What?
See, that's why I said me and her 2 different things.
I had to have the son, my child, the kids, keep the kids around. Let me tell you, yeah, you ain't coming up when my kids ain't home. My kids here.
That's why you don't invite them in. You take them on the doorstep. Doorpost. You ain't got to do all
about
that.
When you moving on. I ain't talking about the first date, but I'm talking about you been dating them 8-9 months. You know, he want to come over. You might want to cook him a fish dinner. I'm just saying, you might want to cook him a little fish dinner. Show him you can cook.
No, that ain't happening. Yeah, I don't care if it's 9 months. We're gonna move from the porch to the coffee shop.
You see this? You see this? Yana, he can't even come in.
Chicken.
Yana, you missed it. She said he got to sit on the porch, like back in the days when you was a kid.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Look, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go in and get you a cup of water. I'll be back.
You bring your own water. You knew you was gonna be thirsty.
No, you talk about me. You wrong.
You knew you was gonna be thirsty before you came on this porch. You knew that you was gonna be feeling a little parched before you came on this porch.
Oh my goodness.
Not the porch. Yes, the porch.
Oh my goodness.
You got to do what you got to do to protect it. But for real, is that it may not make sense to other people, but you have to do what is best for you. I can't look at you, Coach, and be like, what? Like, you have your kids. I don't want my son with me while I'm on a date. That's me, right? But with you was like, no, this is going to help me. This is going to protect me. Is my child is here, because when my child is here, we know we're not doing nothing crazy. We know we're not entertaining nothing because my child is here. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't want my child here. That's why you go to safe places. You go out in the public. See, some of y'all be wanting to date people privately. No, this is the reason why people be falling short. And then we wondering how did I miss this? I didn't know that he had all these red flags. Like, no. Date people and go out in the public. I don't believe you gotta let everybody know who you dated. So let me clarify that. But what I mean is open space, right? Like I said, you at Panera or wherever you're at, you're out in the open. So it's like you guys are holding each other accountable. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So we on 2 different pages.
Yeah. And then we also talked about how you have to have people that can hold you accountable, but not just anybody, somebody you can trust.
Yeah.
You don't want somebody that's just a yes man. You want somebody that's going to hold you accountable, people that will hold you accountable and will tell you like, yeah, no, girl, that's not a good idea. You don't need to be going to his house this late. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be laying up in the bed talking to him on the phone this late. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? And it's just that you need somebody that you can trust that holds you accountable. And you be like, okay, I'll meet you at such and such house. I already told the pastors. I was like, oh, he coming to church. Y'all gonna vet him before I even try, because I ain't playing no more. You know,
wait, hold on.
We gotta go through deliverance before we even date. But
wait. Okay,
he gotta book a session with the pastors before we even.
Oh Lord!
I need to make sure this time I ain't playing. Well, once you got me once, you ain't getting me again.
Now I got a question. See,
Right.
this ain't even about it, but I got a question. So you want Mr. Right to go through the vetting process with your leaders first before you actually continue dating, or like how is that working?
Yeah.
Like you gonna see him, y'all started a date. Now you want him to go to the pastors and have them vet him, or how's this work? Because I gotta
I
understand.
want him vetted at the beginning, to tell you the truth.
So
I would like to have a barbecue with the pastors, and we go over there. Like, he ain't knowing that he being vetted. He just knowing that
Lord,
we,
you
know what I'm
set him
saying?
up.
And we just going. And some people could just fill a person out like because let me tell you something. Sometimes you can be in stuff and you cannot see it. You're hypnotized by.
Yeah.
He was, girl, he was dark chocolate. He was shining, girl. He
not
was
shiny. He got the baby oil.
Girl, he was that good chocolate. You know that good smooth chocolate. You know that good smooth chocolate. That good chocolate. Yeah, that's good, girl. And then he had on that cologne that you told him not to wear. That one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, he had on that one.
It's a setup. Somebody say setup.
And take them to be vetted. I'm sorry, but yes, I want that. Why? Because I've been through a failed marriage. I've been through where I was dating in secret. Now, I was not sinning. No, I was not fornicating. No, I didn't do all that. Trust me, everything I'm telling y'all, I did it. I lived by it. I had boundaries. I had all the stuff, but I still never allowed no one to vet him. I still never took him. I never went to the pastor, because had I went to the pastor, I would have found out a whole bunch of stuff about him that I didn't know about him before I got there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I learned. I'm one of those, you learn from things you've been through.
Yeah.
That's why you said the last week, you said we're not experts, but we speak from points where we have been through things. And so now we share with other people, just basically giving them nuggets, giving them tips, and actually trying to like where you don't have to go through it. See, that's why you should be able to learn from other people that I don't have to experience. Why? Because you've been through it and you telling me about it. So now I know what to look out for. And so that's me. I've been through all that, the failed marriage. So now I'm like, no, I don't want it that way. Because just like I should have went through marriage counseling, but I didn't. I mean, premarital I can't get it out.
Premarital counseling.
Yes, but I didn't. My mom, that was a boundary for me. Let me tell you, I had it down. That's what I wanted. That was a requisite, if that's what they call it. But guess what? I backed off of it. I said that. I said, when I meet the man when I meet the man that I want to go through counseling, premarital counseling, and it never happened because I backed up off of it. So I'm one of those that I had a boundary. I had something set in place, but then I didn't go through with it. I backed up off of it because what would the other person think if I asked them to go through premarital counseling? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been there. So that's why you said me and you come from different. So different people would do different things. So that's my process. Because why? Because I've been through all that before. And the person wasn't vetted. Yeah. Because when you're in it, you only see from your point of view. That's why when people on the outside can see something you don't see. Rihanna said dark chocolate. Girl, yes, shiny dark chocolate. I'm talking about that Tyrese chocolate. You know that. Ooh. And don't let him sing. And he can sing. Oh, jeez.
Look, take him to get vetted immediately.
Ooh, let's come back. Okay, let's go. Whew, I'm bringing it back in. Come back in.
Coach. He got that dark chocolate. Take him to get vetted immediately.
But you know what I'm saying? So it's not like a bad thing. But what I'm doing is, maybe I told you this, MK. I said, I'm one of those. I'd rather have them vetted before I start to have feelings for them. Because once you have feelings for them, it's harder to get you away from them than when you first start dating them. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's not saying that he knows. I could be like, oh, we're going to have barbecue. We're going to go do a barbecue. Come on, come with me. Come meet me over there. You know what I'm saying? And people can vet somebody, don't even ask questions, because they can walk in, especially a guy can recognize another guy. Yeah, just like women, we could recognize things on women that a guy might let pass because he caught up in her beauty, but we see it because we a woman. So we be like, oh yeah, look at her. But he caught up in her beauty. So it's just like, so when you're on the outside, you can see something than somebody that's in the inside. So I want people on the outside that I can trust their opinion. And I know that they love me and they're not doing it just to like harm me or don't want me to have a husband. But I know that they hear God. I know that I can trust their wisdom. I can trust their opinion. Yes, that's what I want. Yeah. The next time, that's the way we roll it. And if they say, he ain't the one, okay, he ain't the one. Next.
Ooh. Next. Now see, that's important. Because you literally created this space of being transparent with your leaders to be like, hey, this is a person like I'm starting to see.
She
I
said,
want you to vet this person. And now you're trusting what your leaders is saying, that they have the best intentions for you. Because what would happen is a lot of times is people would go through what you're doing and they would do what you did, right? Or what you would do. And then next, their leaders tell them like, hey, he's not the one. And guess what they do? They ignore it.
and
What was the
Marion,
purpose? Yeah, they go and get married.
what
Next
happened?
5 years later, 2 years later, whatever years amount it is, it ain't gonna last. It didn't last. But what was the point of you bringing them to your leaders and have them vetted if you wasn't gonna listen? See, that's the problem. Because you just want to be prideful. You got to be stubborn. You can't be stubborn over here. You got to be able to say, you know what? And this is it too. When you said that, is I got to be able to accept what's gonna come after this.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be the good or whether it's going to be the bad, I have to accept it. So I have to accept the fact that my leaders say, okay, you know what, go ahead. Like, you don't see nothing wrong, whatever. Or if they say, nope, this ain't it, you got to accept it because you brought them into this space. You brought them into this place where it's like you said, I want them to vet this person because I don't want to go down that same path again. I like what,
I want to answer Elder when you get through, but go.
Okay. Because I wanted to acknowledge Reese and Des. Des was like, had them fill out a deliverance form.
I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna keep them. Girl, I gotta
have them fill out a deliverance form, and then Reese gonna say, "I'm gonna send them to MK." Listen, I think that's actually good because when you're dating people, we talked about this before, is that you're not just dating that person. You need to know their background. What if you Christian, and we talked about this, you Christian and you decide to, he quote unquote was Muslim, but he wasn't really practicing it. But you mean his mom and his daddy, and they real full blown Muslim. Like they ain't playing no games. What you done got yourself into? So that's actually good, Des, of even just really asking those questions and things that would be something where it's like, I'm not going backwards on what I've already said. Like I said, this is it, and I'm walking in this. So I think that's really a good thing. Des, I don't know about the whole deliverance form, but I get what you meant.
Des, I'm gonna start carrying some. That's a packet.
That's a whole deliverance
packet. You want to date me? Here, go. Let me show you the packet. This is a packet.
That's a lie.
This a packet.
Okay, but see,
you want me? You captivated by me?
Captivated by me? You captivated by me? But I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you this. I didn't ask you, when people have these boundaries, right? We got these boundaries. We know this is what we're going to do. Should you be able to let them know all your boundaries on the first date? How does that work?
I think some boundaries is just like me. I think certain boundaries is I'm letting you know, like everybody's different. Like me, I'm going to tell you I'm celibate. You said, well, why would you tell them? Because I just want to let you know out the gate. Because you got some guys already in their mind, because you got people that'll say that they're men of God, but they're used to Christian women that say they're women of God, but they're having sex. So sometimes they think you just like that one.
Yeah.
You feel me? So let me tell you, I'm not that one. Mm-hmm. That I believe in holiness, and it's not coming off like I'm prideful or I'm walking in this. And what it is letting you know, because if that's your motive, I'm the wrong pick. So won't me just tell you from the beginning, I'm not having sex until I get married.
Yeah.
I'm not finna fool around. I'm not finna do half sex. Let's go halfway. I'm not
halfway.
Or halfway. Let's go halfway. We just gonna go halfway.
As if that ain't no sin at all.
we just go halfway. And it's like, but everybody's different. But that's for me. Like me, that was in the conversation. I said it. Why? Because I wanted you to know. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. Because I'm letting you know, if that's your motive, I'm the wrong one. Because I'm not, and I'm sticking to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to go beyond that. It's not going to be like, oh, well, she just saying it and let's see. No, because everything I do is going to back that up.
Yeah.
You're going to see by the way I dress, by the way I act, the way I carry myself, you're going to see the things that I do, how it backs that up. Like she ain't really playing. Like, wow, she's serious about that thing. Yes, I am. And so that's what I'm talking about. I wanted to answer this right here, MK.
Okay.
It says, are your boundaries too high for anyone human to meet? And I think because what we're talking about is boundaries as far as dating. So I don't think, like, if I tell you that I'm saving myself from marriage, and I don't believe in what do they call it when you have sex out of marriage? Not fornication, but it's another one. Like it's another one. But if I tell you that I'm celibate, I save myself for marriage. I don't believe in having sex outside of marriage. I'm not a fornicator. You might as well just tell them straight up, I don't fornicate. You know, I don't drink, I don't club, but you're just telling them because you're asking, you want to know me.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, I don't
There
think
he is.
that,
Premarital sex.
Yes, I don't believe in
it.
premarital sex. So I don't believe that those boundaries is too much for somebody to meet. When we're talking about boundaries, we're just talking about that these are the safeguard, how I keep myself holy, how I can keep myself where I could present myself as a living sacrifice to God. Because at the end of the day, that's what's important to me, that my relationship with God is more important than this person that I'm trying to date. And I'm not willing to compromise it. I'm not willing to, I love the anointing on my life, and I'm not willing to taint it. To where the vessel becomes tainted. And we talked about that. So that's where I would come in at. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, I think that's what we're talking about, like those boundaries. I feel like those are not high to me. What do you think, Sarah?
No, I agree. I think maybe, I don't know, because if that's what Elder talking about, because there's some people that would do way off extreme type of stuff where it's like, girl, ain't nobody what in the world is you thinking? Baby, you can't even accomplish that. So I think maybe that's probably what if I'm not mistaken, that's probably what Elder is saying, is certain things that you would set that you know no human can be able to really fulfill those things. Like, be realistic with your boundaries. Don't be over here just creating boundaries and it don't even make no sense. Like, you just want to make it look good and make yourself look like you all that in a bag of chips, and you over here trying to do all this stuff that ain't making no sense. Like, y'all both confused. Y'all both over here just like, wait, what are we doing? No, let them be realistic, y'all. Do it according to your walk. Do it according to the things you used to struggle, or the things that used to be triggers or challenging to you, because like you said, it's certain things that could have been a challenge or a trigger to you. So you need to incorporate now a boundary, so that way you're not going back on that thing you struggle with, back on that thing that you used to challenge. So create those boundaries according to that, and that way it won't feel like, okay, it's too extreme, or maybe it's too high of a standard and all those things. So it's kind of like you just got to set those things according to that.
And that's why now when I'm thinking about, that's why you said about the cologne last week. Was that last week? And you was like about the cologne.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
You was like, no, he can't even wear cologne because some colognes trigger me. And so I understand what you mean by that. That may not bother me, but that triggers you. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. And I don't think that that's something so hard for somebody to meet. It's just, that's just like telling somebody, babe, can you, please don't wear them booty shorts when you're around me. You know what I'm saying? And the man telling you that, why? Because I'm trying to keep myself holy. I'm trying not to, go back, or try to anything. So I don't want to be tempted. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be tempted. So babe, can you, and I understand if he was to say that, you would have to respect that. Why would you want to, remember we said, why would you want to make somebody fall?
That's it.
Why would you want to be the cause of somebody falling because of their, you know what I'm saying? They know, they already said, like, hey, hey, you can't wear that around me, because now when we get married, okay. But right now,
wear your hoochie daddy shorts.
So this is good. This is good.
Yeah, but Reese had a question. She said, what is your definition on premarital sex?
Where's that at?
It's in the comments, Reese.
Why? Oh, here you go. It wouldn't let me scroll down. Okay. I still don't see her.
You see it?
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yeah. She said, what is your definition on premarital sex?
Everything sexual.
Your facial expression.
What was it? What did it look like?
I can't even show you.
What did it look like?
I'm sorry.
What did it look like? What did it look like?
I can't even tell. You was like, yo, I'm trying to collect myself, but if y'all saw her face, y'all saw her face.
What did it look like?
Anything that is going against the will of God. Like, how was how he was acting? Everything under the sun. Okay. Like I said, there should be nothing where even, okay, because I might get what.
That's why I said about the halfway. People think, we only did this, but we didn't do that.
Des asked that too. Des asked, like, what is halfway? Let me put it this way.
We can't say it. We saved and holy. I don't know how to say it I don't know how to say it holy. I don't know how to say it holy in a holy way.
Look, but okay, because I get what she mean. If she's like she's saying with it, I get what she may be saying. So some people don't think certain things could be sin. So because we didn't full blown like do, they feel like, okay, well, we just kissed each other, or we caressed each other, we we kissed each other on the neck, and we were on the bed and things like that. They be like, well, we didn't go all the way. We just went halfway. That's still, to me, that's a sin. Because now you guys are lusting after each other. Now you guys are in this place where potentially y'all might end up just falling short. Because who gonna cut who off? Y'all both over here in the paradise caressing land. Like y'all both over here just caressing each other. So who gonna be like, hey, stop, nope, that. No, it creates this moment of lust, which now intensifies, which now causes for your emotions to now be up in an uproar. So now you over here ready to tear him down, he ready to tear you down, and next thing you know, y'all done fell short and fell into sin. So to me, that's where that right there, it creates the lust.
Yeah.
So that's why you said, no, you can't be in the bedroom. Because then we're going to start telling you, when you start opening those doors, and you're going to know, trust me, the Holy Spirit is going to tell you, there is certain conversation y'all ain't going to be having. Yeah. He will shut it down with the quickness. Yeah. Because God, at the end of the day, knows what door is going to open. Yeah. He knows at the end of the day, it's going to open some type of door. So he's going to tell you to shut that conversation down. Yeah. Come on. He's going to tell you, no, he shouldn't be in your room. She shouldn't be in your room. He's going to let you know, like, no, you can't be kissing each other on the neck because you ain't did all the go down on the line. No, but that opened the door. Yes. So now what's going to happen is, because you allow this man to kiss you on your neck, guess what's going to happen? The next time he going to try to take it up a notch. Yep. Because you didn't set the boundary. Even though it happened, you could have corrected him. You could have corrected him and say, hey, you know what? Like, I know we like each other, things like that, but you know what? You can't be kissing on my neck. I'm going to just let you know that now. Right? Because now you're setting it and you standing on it. Because I told you, not just for men. You gotta get him before you get there. I'm telling you. You better get him before you get your neck. You better get him before you get your neck. Clench your neck. You better walk around like this.
wear a hoodie. Got your hoodie on. Got on having a hoodie.
Like, you be like, walk around this. Get you a scarf. Get you a scarf. Protect your neck at all costs.
Oh my goodness, this is too good.
Protect your toes, because some people, it may be something with their toes. Maybe it may start off with a foot massage.
Yeah, girl.
And then it leads to something else.
Girl.
Protect your
Don't
toes.
touch me at all.
Hide your toes.
No contact. No contact. Don't touch me at all.
Double up on your socks. Nope. Okay. Got to double up on these things.
You said double up. She said, Dad said dress in layers.
Dress in layers, baby. Dress in layers.
Like, why you got a sweatsuit? It's 100 degrees. I got
Hey, we gotta do. Like, why you got that scarf on? Take that scarf off. Got another scarf underneath, baby. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. But I like how she asked that question, because some people would think that that's okay. Yeah. Because they did not fully go forward. So they think that it would be okay for any kind of massage. Michaela said it, any kind of massage. Nope. To me, that's something you shouldn't do. And that's just me. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to do.
Your zip up jeans. What you say? What she said? Jumpsuit.
Yep. Well, there it is. That's it. Evangelist Tammy said it. There's always a moment where you know where it's leading you to. Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. Okay, you just give me a massage. You know, my back right here is a little. Touch me. And the next, they massaging you, and then you feel, and then it's the moment. You get caught up in the moment. You're caught up in the moment. So we're not doing none of that. None of it. That's exactly why you need to go to the coffee shop. Yeah. That's exactly why he need to be on the porch.
I'm gonna be at the coffee shop.
That's why I need to be
on the porch. 2 cappuccinos with some
2 cappuccinos. 2 cappuccinos. That's what I'm saying.
Maya, what do you want? Maya, what you want?
like that's like, what you want, baby? That's serious though. And I really believe too, that's why some people feel like it's hard to move forward with celibacy or things like that, because you keep putting yourself in an environment to fall.
Yeah.
Why are you putting yourself in an environment to fall? If you know that is really a struggle for you, and now you're practicing celibacy, you're practicing moving forward where you're not having sex, do not put yourself in an environment to fall.
Yeah.
Do not go to their house. Don't let him come to your house. I don't care if it's too holy. Let me be holy. Because when I stand before the Lord, he going to say, job well done, my good and faithful servant. He ain't going to sit here and say, why was you in that man's bed? Like, what you doing here? Then caught you in the action. You didn't know when the Lord was going to come. The Bible tells us we don't know the time or the hour. We don't know when the Lord going to come. And you decided to be like, well, let me just go ahead and do
taking a walk at the park.
Yeah. Take a walk at the park. Enjoy the scenery. It's free. There you go. I know some of y'all guys be trying to save y'all coins. It's free. The park is free. The porch is free.
Okay, so
like this what you got to do.
Yeah, that's good.
I hope that answered your question. I think it was Reese Mendez too. I hope it answered your question in regards to that. Things like that. I'm telling you, like, if you know you ain't okay, here this is. If you know you won't do it in front of your leaders, if you know what you're doing with that person right now, and you in those moments and you won't do it in front of your leaders, then you know you shouldn't be doing it at all.
But even looking at this way, even your leaders, but Jesus is there.
You're
doing this in front of Jesus.
But the reason why I said that is because most people will ignore the fact that the Holy Spirit is always with them.
Yeah, that's
so because you can actually see a body right there, it's like, oh no, don't get your hands, stop holding my hands, put your hand down. He's looking at us. Like you automatically begin to do what? You readjust yourself, like you straighten up, right? Because your leaders is watching you. So if you know in that moment right now, you're like, dang, my leaders they looking at me. They just and you start feeling something, you know you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't do it in front of your leader, like in that moment, don't do it at all.
But that's why I said it's good to have the boundaries from the beginning.
Yep.
Because then from the beginning, there was no reason for us to be in the bedroom. Why? Because that was a boundary. Mm-hmm. There was no reason for you to be touching my neck because that was a boundary. Like I already had these boundaries set. So it was like, there was like the fence is already there.
Yeah.
It was already closed off to you. So you had no access anyway.
That's it.
See,
access denied.
That's why we said that you have to have the boundaries at the beginning, because you wait to get in it. Now you want to set up boundaries. You didn't allow them access. Mm-hmm. But it's almost like apartments. You know how you go to apartments, they have a gated apartment and you have to type in their number. They have to buzz you in. You can't just freestyle up in there. Now you make it just wait for a car to come out and you fly up in there. But guess what? If you got caught by the police, they probably give you a ticket because you didn't get buzzed in. So
because you trespassed.
Exactly. So it's basically setting up boundaries from the beginning, so then you don't find yourself in predicaments that this man have his hands on your neck or have his hands on your butt or have your hands wherever he have his hands or whatever. Or the woman, it could go both ways or whatever's going on. But it's like you had those boundaries from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I stayed clear. So you go in, I go this way. And then I know I ain't gonna never see you again.
You dodging them.
Dodging them.
Woo, you almost had me. Whoa, you almost had me. You gotta be quick on your feet. Quick on your feet right now in this season. Now you gotta be quick on your feet.
Didn't it say if you resist the devil, he will flee?
Hey, but you gotta submit to God.
Yeah,
submit to God. Resist the devil, and
he'll flee. Yep. Submit to God. God will keep you. Yeah.
Come on. Evangelist Tammy said, be mindful that our flesh will disrespect us every time.
Yeah.
Right. Because our flesh is what? It's weak.
Yeah.
Our flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing.
Yeah. But you gotta let the spirit lead you and guide you. So come on, we almost gonna be done. We've been on here a long time. So see if anybody got some questions.
Y'all got some questions.
Good.
Y'all got questions or anything that stuck out to y'all?
I'm almost ready to go to the coffee shop.
Oh Lord.
With my deliverance form.
Not to do. See, I think some stuff shouldn't be all at once.
You know I ain't gonna have that.
Yeah, the poor man away. I think maybe second, third, fourth.
At the wedding, I think at the wedding, pull out the you know how people do prenups? Look.
No, not the prenups. We got
they got prenups. There are people who have prenups. How come we can't bring our deliverance form?
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. I think that should happen before then. What you think?
Yeah, people do prenups.
But I'm talking about way before the wedding.
Just imagine you on a date. Okay, how do you feel about a prenup? Because you know I got all this fortune. Oh, well, I feel boo. Okay, so how do you feel about a deliverance form that I got? It just asks some basic questions. Woo! What's your generational curses? What your mom and your daddy struggle with? Because just think about people who don't have kids and they're marrying and they want a family. I need to know what
that's
your
true.
bloodline is because, man, these jokers come out and they get to acting crazy.
That's true. Not the babies come out. They come out acting crazy.
So anybody got any questions?
Anybody got questions? Last remarks before we go ahead and close
Oh, this
this
is
out.
good. So Michaela said, then she said, then it seems as rejection instead of boundaries when it's not done from day one. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. Oh, that's so good.
I like that. That was good, Michaela.
That was really good. That's so true too, though. And that goes with protecting yourself so that you don't have to go through the rejection.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Rihanna says, when you date a man who is respectful and has boundaries, it's easy to mistake it as rejection when you aren't used to it.
Wow,
That's true.
you said that right after her. That's good.
That's true too. And that comes together.
Yeah.
Because y'all think y'all got y'all little list of boundaries. Wait till you meet that real man of God.
Girl.
Wait till you
have an attitude. You almost have an attitude. Oh, wait. You I don't talk on the phone after 6 because I need to read my Bible.
Right.
Right. So when I get to talk to you, I can talk to you from 2 to 4.
Oh, right. No, that's real talk. That's real talk.
So when do I get 2 to 4?
2 to 4 is your time period.
2 to 4.
Because you can't get mad at him because he's devoted. You can't get mad at him because he's dedicated. That's his boundary. That's what he said. Now, when y'all become married, I'm quite sure it will open up with more time, obviously.
Yeah.
But for him, that's something he said. So I'm telling you right now, y'all thinking something with y'all boundaries. Wait till you really see that real man of God and he bring forth the boundaries that he got. It's gonna cause you to shape up or get lost.
Reese said not the African voice.
She be acting up. She be acting up. She be acting up. All right. Well, I don't think anybody else got any questions.
Nobody got no questions for us? So we about to get out of here. We've been on here for a long time, but this was good. I love this.
This was good. Hurting my feelings, laugh aloud, but I appreciate it. I respect it.
What'd she say?
She said, hurting my feelings, LOL, but I appreciate it. I respect it.
We love you, Michaela. That's what we come for. We come to cause you to level up. Now, it might cut you. It may stretch you, it may challenge you, but guess what? Before you get off of here, you're going to be leveled up because that's why it's called Leveled Up Podcast because we come to level up your life. We can't continue to do the same things and expect something different. Let's level up together. I get leveled up every week. Like right now, I'm thinking about we going to the coffee house. Des told me about the deliverance form. Look, I'm getting so much information. I'm ready. I'm almost got my package ready.
Look, I'm still trying to get jiggy when you said you was going to bring them to the leaders first.
See?
I'm still trying to get jiggy with that one.
You ain't leveled up in that area yet?
I ain't leveled up in that one.
So what's your level up for today?
See, I mean...
See, she want to give all the leveling up in.
Look. I'm setting them things because honestly, what I used to do, this has leveled me up right here, is what I used to do is I would set the boundaries, but when I felt like I was losing that person or I felt like, man, they might be losing interest because I did set certain things, guess what I would do? I would be the people pleaser. So I would withdraw. I would withdraw those things. So right now, like, even now, it's like, man, I'm not going back on nothing. I'm leveling up on that right there. I'm not going back on reneging what it is the boundaries that I've set. I'm not doing that. Like you said, like at the end of the day, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If it's not, you're just not the one for me. Because I don't want nobody to cause for me to fall short or any of that.
Miss Joanne said one deliverance might not do it.
Hey, it's like an onion. It's layers to this.
Well, while we had premarital counseling, we could be going through deliverance. Yeah, that should be included.
I like that though.
On our wedding day, we should both be free.
Yeah, I like that though, because there could be things that person could have been holding on to their old past relationship, or it say they was married. Right now they coming into this new covenant and something that they battle with. So I like that too. It's you got to go through that. Did you go through deliverance? Them some good questions.
What do you think about deliverance? Have you had deliverance? What is your view on deliverance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get delivered from that? Did you get delivered from your, the hurt that your wife did, that she was cheating? Because guess what? If he's not delivered, when y'all get married, guarantee that thing is gonna come up, it's gonna surface up, it's gonna cause stuff in your marriage. So that's actually good. See, I leveled up with that right there. Those are the questions I'm gonna ask.
See, that's why you need the deliverance form. See, you starting to see. See how it's coming more clear right now.
I'm seeing it now. I'm
pulling it out your bag while we at the coffee shop.
You be like, so now on that, huh? Okay. So you said what?
Let me.
Oh. You be like, you know, you be the extra one. Oh, yeah. Well, I used to be typing it over. But that's good. That's good. I like
Okay,
that.
that's
Get
good.
them questions
Okay, y'all.
ready. Get them questions ready so
Okay,
that you can
y'all.
be successful in your walk. I
That's
love it.
good. That's good. We want you to stay whole and healthy
Yes,
and
because that's at the end
saved
of the day is
and
what?
pure.
Single save, but yet you have boundaries. And it's
Yes, that's
all okay.
good. That's
It's
good.
all okay. It's all
That's
okay.
good. Look, she said a hiring process.
No, for real.
A hiring process.
You gotta do what makes you gotta do whatever you gotta do, whatever
Yep.
it takes.
I didn't have enough flakes.
Like, who gonna tell you it's wrong? Like, this my life. Who gonna tell you that what you're doing is wrong?
Yeah.
When you're really trying to follow it and make sure you are successful and make sure it's a
Yeah.
healthy relationship. Who
Yeah.
gonna tell you it's wrong?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that worked for you. Like you said, it worked for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna bring the person that I'm seeing, I'm gonna bring them to my leaders. I don't agree with that. But
Yeah.
that's you. That's what you want. You like, bring them to the leaders. I want my leaders to vet them. I ain't like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah. Because to me, I'm like, okay, if I start talking to this person, then I'm like, all right, now I want my leaders to vet them. I want them to see,
Yeah.
okay, is this person this? Is this person
Yeah.
that? But if I automatically, like, say I automatically like, okay, all right, Apostle, all right, Pastor Jay, I want you to vet this person, right? So they come and they're like, no, that ain't it. All right, cool,
Yeah.
that ain't it. Next thing you know, I got another one. And they're gonna be like, another one?
No, because
Another
how I
one?
see it is,
Another
at least I'm not wasting my time. Because remember, I told you, once you begin to have feelings, that's a whole nother thing. See, because what happens is people wait till they start have feelings, then they want to bring them to the leader. By that time, what the leader says, that's why they keep continue to go forward. Why? Because now they got feelings. Because now the leader is saying one thing, but they got feelings. Then if I don't have no feelings for the person, oh, he cute, I think he might be a nice guy. Let's see. Then there's a difference. Then I'm all got my feelings. I'm all in my feelings. I'm feeling a little, I think I love him. And then the leaders be like, nah, he ain't for you. But now I'm in love. Okay, now what? You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's how
you
I
just
look
gotta
at
go
it.
through the withdrawal process. You
Oh
just
my
gotta
God.
withdraw. You
Jesus
just
help
gotta,
us.
it's just like when people that you done
You know
drugs,
it ain't that
you go
easy.
through I said the process. I didn't say
Yeah.
that immediately you was gonna
Yeah.
be out of love with him.
Yeah.
I said for me, it's like I don't want to be like it's another one. Here you go. Here's Tyrone. Here's Jenkins. Here, I don't want to go through that whole
Oh my goodness.
thing.
Yeah.
That whole time where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Apostle, here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Here's a like, I don't want to go through all that.
But all you're doing is bringing them to like a picnic or somebody. That's like somebody came to visit you at the church. It's not that there's nothing wrong with that. And they vet him at the church. It's not like you entangled with him like you done built these feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it's like he came to the church. Oh, Pastor, what you think about him? Oh, yeah, I think he's a pretty cool guy. He seemed like a cool cat. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's something different. I'm not talking about you flipping dudes like you flip burgers. You know what I'm saying? But
not you flipping dudes, like you flipping
but we
burgers.
gotta get out of here. They're gonna talk about us. They're gonna say we too long.
I'm so done with her. Okay, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and close this thing out. So we have caused, hopefully, you guys to level up in this area of even setting boundaries, letting you guys know what is boundaries, why do we need to set the boundaries. We said all of that on today episode. So go ahead, you guys, continue to share, continue to tag some people in it. Those that you know that are seeking out people, they're dating, they save, they trying to figure this thing out, like they don't know what to do and all those things. Go ahead and send this to them. Let them know that we discussed this topic. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for staying on with us. We thank you guys so much for even commenting, even just engaging. We thank you guys for the laughter. So we appreciate you guys. What you see?
I saw this one. I thought it was pretty cool. And we got to go. But it says we should make a group that goes on a group date with us the first 3 times and see how everybody feels. But you see how it's a group date. So it's not like, it's like maybe you and your boo, somebody else and they boo, and then me and my new boo. But it's like a couple's date.
But then how you going to, if you focus on Knucklehead, how you going to be focusing on the other Joker?
No, they vetting him. That's like, you understand? Everybody.
So y'all not all, what you said is they not, each one of them is not like dating. They are like the other 2 dates, they already been couples is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Michaela, I think that's what you're saying, right? So the other 2 people have already been dating, but now you and the person you're dating, you're bringing them on board to there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And like doing like a group date, like, oh, we gonna go group whatever we doing, but because you said we gotta go to the coffee.
That's a setup. Y'all setting these people up. A
Whatever.
setup.
They're gonna set you up.
No, they ain't setting me up.
Okay. Look, I like what Dad said, and then we getting off for real, y'all. It says, honestly, most people don't do the vetting process before they introduce them to people they trust. So if you do that first before then, it should be better. Yeah. And then Michaela said, a jury appears. I like that. Because what I'm saying is we're doing something different than what we used to do. If you used to hide your relationships and keep them in secret, why not try something different? Let me try it this way and see if it works. Let me try this way and get a different result. Then I done been in these relationships that I waited too late to bring the person to the people. We was already having feelings. I stayed with the person, or I never let the person meet anybody, or I never got the opinion of anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's do something. That's what level up is all about, doing something different. Let's do a difference. Let's make a change. Let's do something different to get a different result. That's what level up is. It's not doing the same thing to get the same result. Is I'm ready to level up. What am I willing to do to go to the next level? I'm willing. This one I'm saying we done. What am I willing to do to go to the next level? I am willing to do something different to go to the next level. You cannot do the same things and go to the next level. Doing the same things will keep you on the same level. So I got to be willing to do something different to go higher. There we go.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. Okay, I might take that into consideration. I see your view of points now, so I might take that into consideration while I bring them to the church, and have the tribe vet the individual. That if you cannot survive in Power Tribe, then baby, you cannot survive the jungle. You cannot survive. So y'all got me into that consideration. All right.
See, look, I'm proud of you. You coming along. You coming along.
Mighty long way.
You coming along. See, that's progress. I love progress.
See, there we go.
Bye. Like Reese said, bye. Okay.
All right, y'all. We gonna go ahead and get off. Remember, you guys, you can always submit your comments, or even if you have other topics to level up. And that is 1322@gmail.com. So any of your comments, questions, or topics, you can submit them on there. Once again, we appreciate each and every one of you guys. We did go a little bit over, but it's always nothing but laughter. We always go over, but it's nothing but laughter, good times, and like I said, causing for you to level up. So we love each and every one of you guys, and we will see you guys all next week.
And don't forget to follow our page. Those are for the people who don't follow us. Don't forget to follow our page.
Don't forget to follow. And also share it with somebody else too. Like share and tell them, like, hey, add us. Y'all need to add the Level Up podcast. They be acting a fool, but they spit some real stuff that will cause to challenge you in your life. So go ahead and share it with people so that way they can follow us, you guys, and y'all stay connected with us.
Yes. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.